Well, thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report and Sam's Mental Health Day. It was a classic on Wednesday as one of the biggest comebacks, and the Pacers came down from 14 down with 3:34 to play, and came all the way back and won it in overtime. Players to watch out for: Jalen Brunson and Pascalium. Tonight's tip-off is at 7. Again, Pacers lead the series 1-0 as they had a big comeback in the series. That game tips tonight at 7. Last night, the Thunder beat the Timberwolves 108-103. Shai Alexander grabbed 38 points last night in the win for the Thunder, Oklahoma City. NHL, Game 1 of Wednesday, the Stars get the win over the Oilers 6-3. Dallas to host again tonight. Players to watch out for the Stars, and Leon Draisaitl for the Oilers. Dallas leads the series 1-0. Face-off is tonight at 7. In another series, destroy the Hurricane. They won 5-0 and lead the series 2-0. The Panthers have outscored the Hurricane 10-2 in the first two games of the series. MLB, the Royals have rookie Noah Cameron on the mound, who only gave up one run in 2 starts. Pablo Lopez has also been just as good, as he's a ERA of .93. The Royals had a day off yesterday after winning the series over the Giants earlier this week. The Royals are 28-22. The Twins are 27-24. Game time for Minnesota is at 7 o'clock. Cardinals have played Diamondbacks. The Cardinals are 27-23. The Diamondbacks are 26-24. Zach Glenn will go for the Diamondbacks. He's a high ERA. Mike Velasquez will go for the Cardinals. Game time 7:15. Now we move on to mental health. The GOP decision to cut funding for the mental health facility sparks anger across the state. What now? As another deadline passes Missouri next year's budget, earlier this month, House Republican lawmakers made a stunning decision to cut roughly $500 million that would have paid to construction to a project across the state for the mental health money. Now it puts a jeopardy in the mental health, as they've already been in many jeopardies this year. That is my opinion. But arguably, the most visible cut in the Kansas City area is the $48.2 to help build a state-owned mental health facility at this former site in Belford Park. The $300 million contract is initially approved to attend 2023 expand number of hospital beds offered throughout the state. Essential behavioral health. Kansas City is a current state that owns a facility which is partly leased by University of Health. Lawmakers have warned this facility years that it is in despair. Senator Lincoln, Republican, who chairs the Senate's Budget Writing Committee, said, referring to the 1994 movie about a sentenced man sentenced to life in a penitentiary. He criticized Republican leaders for cutting funding new projects which they did not, without first notifying hospital leaders, senators who pushed funding. Still, hospitals officials, University of Health, Missouri Mental Health, DMH, expressed confidence that funding will be restored by the project will move forward. That the optimism comes. Lawmakers want to $500 million budget. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, they're talking about the Chiefs and Royals, also stadiums. This is a problem that I hope will pass, but we're talking about this instead of minimum wage and mental health problems, and this continues to be a problem. The problem continues in the Missouri County. I look at where our president is, in my opinion, and look at where the country is, and look at where we're situation where we're declining Medicare. Also, the $500 million budget, hospitals which received the largest cuts and over a bill is likely to center discussions. We have hundreds of Missourians that are currently sitting in an emergency room in jail cells because they don't have the access to psychiatric help, said Senator Maggie Numerous of Kansas City, Democrat. It's imperative that we pass the funding from projects before a stadium of state funding. Still my opinion too. We need to have much more than the beds we have. 50 beds is a problem. In the Kansas City area, it is hard to find mental health help. The Shawnee Mission Cottonwood Springs continue to be mentioned as the best mental health hospitals in Kansas City, yet they aren't very good. And while there are others to try, it seems to be a problem in the Kansas City area and throughout the states of Kansas and Missouri. You see that many beds and ratios aren't available at the mental health facilities. There continues to be a problem in the United States where Medicare and the continued problem of the president not wanting to fund facilities. Here are more problems Missouri faces in the mental health problems in Missouri. That's Sam Vaughn Sports and Sam Vaughn Mental Health Day. Here's that video.
Welcome back. A new Department of Justice report is raising concerns about what's happening to thousands of mentally ill patients in Missouri. The investigation found Missouri is breaking federal law by sending patients to more restrictive facilities than what's needed. So now the DOJ is calling for the state to make changes. Missouri Capitol Bureau Chief Joe McClain takes us through that report, and he's also talking to mental health advocates about some possible solutions.
DOJ describes this as, quote, a series of systematic failures by the state. It's alleging that Missouri's breaking the Americans with Disabilities Act by unnecessarily institutionalizing thousands of Missourians with mental health disabilities in nursing homes.
The year-and-a-half-long investigation found the state improperly relies on guardianship for those who have resisted mental health treatment. That means appointed guardians often place the person in nursing facilities. This happened to nearly 3,300 Missourians. Most of the patients under 65 years old, and the average stay 3 years.
These are problems that we know exist. It's a good thing that they're being brought to light.
Gina Terlizzi heads Missouri's chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness. She tells me a big part of the problem is a major lack of alternatives.
We really need to look at this as an investment in our community, in our societies, in our state, in the way we want to live as people. So these changes won't just benefit people that are living at these facilities right now. It will benefit the broader community.
Terlizzi says the state is in dire need of a wider range of services.
We need to figure out how we can individualize these responses, because what works for one person is not going to work for the next person or the person after them. We need to make sure that we have these supports in the community.
The Department of Mental Health said it's still reviewing the DOJ's report, and the other state agencies mentioned in it didn't respond to my questions, nor did the state attorney general's office. In Jefferson City, Joe McLean, First Alert 4.